Cheers.
Cheers, David.
Great to have you on the podcast, NovaMeets podcast. Mick, the game caller Gledhill. For people who don't know who Mick, the name caller Gledhill is, I had the pleasure of going to school with you. We've kept in touch throughout the years, 24 years now.
Wow.
Right? And you've kind of taken a journey of broadcast journalism. That's how I would describe it.
Yes, that's one way of putting what I do.
Yeah.
What I will always say to anyone who asks me about my commentary style is, I commentate how I would want to listen to a sports commentary. Mm-hmm. So it will be enthusiastic, it will be high energy, and I know for some, a few people suffer with palpitations when I'm there and I'm like, Bradford have the ball 20 metres out in front of the Leeds post, it goes to Hallis, it goes from Hallis to Peltier, but that's how, that delivery, that type of commentary, I think there's more people who favour that than criticise it. And
there's a team in Bradford, a rugby team in Bradford called the Bradford Bulls. The club have kind of switched gears, not just one performance-wise, but financially. And you're very, very, you're very connected to the club.
I won't profess to know everything about what's gone on in the last, decade, the so-called downfall of the club, but I certainly know a little bit about what's gone on, and it's sad. It is absolutely sad because anybody who takes great delight in what has happened and transpired at Bradford in the last decade, I've got to question, are you a fan of the game? Are you a fan of rugby league? Are you a fan of the Bradford Bulls? But rugby league, people might say I'm mad for saying this, but rugby league is a poorer place without a strong Bradford presence, because you need those big city teams. You need that rivalry. I'll say this, and this is no disrespect to the Bradford Bulls or anybody, that's involved there. No player or member of staff should have to worry, are they going to get paid at the end of the month? What has happened to the Bradford Bulls, Nova, is absolutely criminal. It's absolutely criminal. You've had a club that had crowds of 15,000, everything, the infrastructure built on quicksand, and now look at them. I'll always remember, again, it was an Easter Monday game against Salford back in 2012, and I knew in the week leading up to that game that none of the players had been paid, and at that point we were fourth in the table, and we'd had a really good start to the season. We'd had an away win at Wigan, and everything was sort of like, just sort of like bubbling nicely. And then obviously the bombshell comes a couple of days after that game, and Bradford actually lost that game. I think it was 36 points to 16, but it was a very unorthodox performance, and people couldn't put the finger on it. And then obviously 2 days later it comes out, no one's been paid, and the club pretty much have days leading up to Easter to try and save the club.
Sitting with you here, and say you went as a child from age 3, it shows even now your passion, your drive, it's in your blood. It always will be. Like
I said to you in the car, I suffer with Asperger's syndrome and autism and ADHD. I've always been I've always been out there, very, very passionate, high energy. And rugby league is a major passion in my life. Well, I've started going to the gym. Jordan Lilly, one of the Bulls players, has got a gym, so you might have seen my Instagram. I'm conscious, I'm getting on a bit in life, and I'm 20 stone, so I need to lose a little bit of timber.
You can get there, you're determined. Do you know what I mean?
I am. I'm very driven. So, when I'm trying to do my commentary notes, which obviously start a couple of days before the game, and I'm looking for any little quirky stat that I can throw in, which can aid the listener's experience. I need that drive and that determination, as if I'm preparing for a commentary. With my life. The problem is, David, I'm a Yorkshireman. I like my real ale, I like my beer, I like my fish and chips, I like my burgers. Keep me out of Wetherspoons, crikey. I think I've funded about 10 Wetherspoons franchise in my time.
Probably cost you about a tenner.
It's those blue plates. But this season coming up, it'll be the 10th season of doing it. And obviously, it's gone from a season doing the blind, then it was hospital radio, then it was BCB, and now it's at commercial radio at the Pulse. It has been a fantastic journey. And
first thing that comes to your head, favourite film?
Favourite film, it would have been The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger as the Joker, but the new Joker film gets my...
That's the second time in a week we've done that, ladies.
Honestly, I am a massive DC fan. I don't care about Marvel. I like my Doctor Who, I like my DC. Joker, wow.
Favourite band?
You might not have heard of them, but they were Bradford's finest bootleggers in the 90s and thousands, the Friday Night Posse, which was Mr. Harry Hard.
Harry Hard?
He's a great friend of mine, Harry Hard.
Get him on.
Yeah, Harry, if you're watching, you're coming on NovaMeets.
Night in or night out, Mr. Game Caller?
Oh, it's got to be a night out. Get me under them dance floor lights, them lasers, them strobes.
Beer, wine or liquor?
It's got to be beer, real ale. You know what? Tempe train ticket to Saltburn. Find me a nice country pub right there on the coast, overlooking the beach and the cliffs. Get me a pint of real ale, fish and chips, make it a special, chips and mushy peas and a little lemon wedge. I tell you what, people are all now at home and saliva's coming out of their mouths. Yeah, my favourite destination has got to be the British seaside.
With fish and chips.
And don't forget the ice cream, 99 sprinkles, extra sauce. Oh, that's why I'm like this, fish and chips. I tell you what, if David ever does another one with me in 10 years' time and I'm looking really slim, I'll be talking about salads. There's no charity shops in Baildon, I'd be snookered. I'm just telling it how it is.
Absolutely.
You know what my favourite food is? Sausage rolls.
You said it was fish and chips.
Well, I like fish and chips, but you know, Greg's sausage rolls. Oh my word. There's a Greg's in Bradford Interchange, and before I go on my Tempe train journeys, bacon sandwich, cup of tea, and a pack of 4 sausage rolls to see me.
Pack of 4 sausage rolls?
Well, you buy 2, you get 2 free, so it makes more economical sense.
I love you.
No, but David, it does.
Thank you for being on NovaMeets. Thank you for Yorkshire Payments as well. Here's your pen. I've got to present you with a pen.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to use this Yorkshire Payments pen throughout the 2020 season. So all them Bradford Bulls tries, hopefully John Keir's side are going to score at the Tetley Stadium, Dewsbury. I'll be writing them with this Yorkshire Payments pen. The Straight Talking Card Solutions.
There you go. Game caller Gledhill. Come on, lad. Woo! Thank you.
That's David Novakoski. That I am the game caller, the original, you might say.